Hi, how are you? And thank you for coming back. We are here today with guests from the Ridgefield Theater Barn, Evening of One Acts. Two directors. We have David Fritsch and Nancy Ponturo. Did I get that
Yes.
right? I did. Okay, there you go. I'm usually butchering a name, but good. Okay, I got that. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
It is really nice to have you, and I'm excited. I always loved the One Acts, because you get such a different feel for drama through the One Act Forum. So I appreciate hearing this, and this is the first time we really had somebody come on and talk about how this works there. So you're both directing.
Yep.
So one at a time. Tell me how you came to direct. Do you select the pieces? Do they assign you the pieces?
Well, Pam Jones, who's the executive director, asked me to be part of the selection committee. So I got to read the plays that were submitted, and there were dozens and
Dozens. So that's, I was just going to ask you that. How
oh my
many
gosh.
plays?
I maybe 70, 80, I don't know.
Really?
It was a good turnout.
Wow.
So Pam, Paulette Layton, and myself, we all read the plays, and then we make stacks, yes, no, maybe, and then we meet as a group, and then we pretty much were on the same page of what we thought would be great.
That's helpful.
It was great. And
Yeah.
then the semifinalists, we get a group of actors and we just sit in a circle and we read them out loud. And sometimes hearing them is different than reading them, and sometimes better and sometimes worse.
Yes.
So then we all voted very democratically, and then we came up with 7 one acts. I'm directing Mismatch, which is 8 these little micro mini plays, all revolving around the dating life of the character Eliza. So it's 8 dates that she goes on, and they're tiny, like maybe 3-minute pieces. And those are going to be interspersed around all the other longer pieces.
I love that format.
Oh,
I do.
good.
I do. Yeah, I love that you weave something through.
Yeah.
it.
So then the audience gets to expect. Oh, they're on the bar. They're going to be in the restaurant, and so we have this one actress plays Eliza, and then one actor plays 8 different guys. So the challenge was how do we make him look different?
Right.
So he's got a Southern accent for once. He's got a British accent. He's got different things just to kind of mix it up. And you can only do so much with costume.
Who do you have in your play?
Emily and Chris. Emily
Volpentesta.
Thank you. Thank you. I really know.
Right.
And then Chris Chentiempo.
Chentiempo.
You think you butchered names? I'm sure I did that.
I think we got it though.
Okay.
So good. That's great. And how's it going?
Great. They're great. So we picked the plays in December. We cast them in December. We didn't start rehearsing till January, and we rehearsed at my house, which was great because I live in Reading. They came to me, and so every Monday and Thursday night, we'd do 4 of the short pieces on Monday and 4 of the other pieces on the Thursday. So we did that for every week until we just went into tech.
So you were rehearsing all of the one acts at your house?
Just those short 8.
The short 8 that
yes,
you've got.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Every other director, I'm one of 8 directors, they all either use the Ridgefield Theater Barn. There was all different places. They could rehearse in the dressing room or backstage or on the main stage.
A lot of space back there.
Yeah.
And downstairs. Yeah. That's great. Good. And and now I know you've done work at the Ridgefield Theater Barn before as well.
Yeah.
As an actor.
As an actor, and I directed last year.
What did you direct?
I directed a one act last year.
Oh, you did? Okay.
So with Emily in it, that's how I know her last name.
Okay.
I don't know the last names of the people that I have now, but that's okay.
You'll get to know.
Yeah.
What did you direct last year?
Last year, I directed, went right out of my head.
Do you know what it was about?
Yeah,
Hum a few bars.
It was 2 best friends meeting, and it was about the guy has an opportunity to write for the movie, some superhero movie.
Oh yeah.
Which is like a sellout for him.
Right.
And he's discussing whether or not he should take the job, and she's also a writer, but she's trying to write like deep, meaningful things. She doesn't want to write Hollywood.
Right.
And they discuss whether or not it's a sellout, and if I make it, I'm taking you with me. And she's like, I don't want any part of it. And it was really interesting. I liked it.
It was a good piece.
Thank you.
They were very good pieces last year. I thought they were. So what have you got going on this year?
I'm directing one piece. I know both the playwrights this year. Ginny wrote Kissing Will, and I was in a play that she wrote in August in a one-act festival in Garrison. And that's about a woman of a certain age who meets this young guy on a park bench and decides just to plant one on him to experience what beauty is, and that kisses shouldn't be loaded with a relationship. That we should see somebody and go, "You're beautiful." She's trying to recapture that, when we were 17, that, "Oh, it's you," that moment.
Right.
She loves her husband very much, but she just wants to experience what that is, just that singular kiss is about. And then his reaction to it, which it was very interesting because as we're doing it, and Me Too has been really big over the last 2 years, and I'm like, this is kind of like reversed that, so we wanted to play against any kind of attack that was going on, or there's no advantage of, there's no, she's not in a power position over him. It's just literally two people who meet at a park, and she turns around and just plants one on him. And,
Very cool.
hilarity and happens from there. The other play I'm directing is called How We Met.
Wait, just one second. You mentioned Ginny.
Yeah.
Who's Ginny who? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sorry, baby. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, I know you
we'll
well.
fix it later.
Went right out of my head.
No,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Sorry. And I'm directing How We Met, which I was also in August at the same One Act Festival. I was in 2 plays. And it's about a couple later in life. They're in their late 50s, mid 50s, and telling the story about how they met.
Right.
And of course, their stories don't match.
Right.
Like, that's not what happened. This is what happened. While that's going on, there's 2 other actors that are portraying their younger selves, acting out what the story that they're telling.
Clever.
So that every time they go, wait, that's not how it happened, they have to change what they're doing and reenact. So it's like it's their memory selves.
Very slapstick.
Kind of
It's
very
very
slapstick,
funny.
very physical.
Really?
It's quite good.
I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
it. So let me ask you, and you can each answer this. You both directed long form plays?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does this differ? I mean, I know as a playwright how it differs, but how does it differ as a director? How do you tackle this differently, or do you? Is it different?
I think the nature of a one-act play does a lot of that tackling
Just
by itself.
By itself.
The structure of a one-act means I don't have 5 scenes to develop this character.
Right.
It means I don't have time to, in scene 7 we get the plot twist. Plot twist comes on, third paragraph.
You got to bring it faster.
Yeah, it's faster.
As an audience member, I love One Acts
Yeah.
because I always have the feeling, okay, maybe I don't like that one as much, but I know in 10 minutes there's going to be a brand new revelation, and I feel like the time just flies when you watch One Acts, and then all of a sudden it's over, and you're like, wow. So I think it's very entertaining.
I also think one acts can focus on something really small and detailed. A play is trying to tell, a long play is trying to tell this big story with a huge metaphor on it, and we have time to really delve into it. One act plays is about one tiny little thing, and let's examine this one thing. One of the plays is about 2 people who meet online and they're on their second date, and then it turns out one of them doesn't recognize something about the other. And it's just this one little thing instead of, it's not a story about the relationship. It's like, oh, what if I can't see a person's color? What happens then? And it's just these tiny little treatises on much smaller, but perhaps more quickly identifiable situations that people find themselves in.
Right. Do you, now as actors, do you find that format more challenging? Because I always think, in directing that we talk about building, giving yourself somewhere to go, you can't come in at a certain, you got to go somewhere with it, right? So is that more challenging in this format to find that arc, to get that, that sort of build, climax, denouement kind of format there?
I think, as an actor, I really like them because you don't need to sit back and pace yourself all that much. Like,
Right.
I'm going to be doing this character for 2.5 hours, and he's got to get there.
Right. Yeah.
I'm right in it, and I find them much more immediate.
Yeah, that's a great word.
That's a
Right?
good
Yeah.
word.
As an
That
actor.
is a good
You know,
word.
It's like-
the moment I step on
Yeah.
stage, I cannot waste a moment
Yeah.
here
Right.
building and
Yes.
finding. It's not that there's not nuance. It's that let's go. We're right in
You're
it.
thrown into the
And-
fire.
Yeah.
Right.
It's very
right,
immediate.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's. I've seen you in long plays, and you're very good
Thank you very
at
much. That's very
building
kind
a
of you.
character. And no, I'm not being
No,
kind.
no, I
it's the
appreciate
truth.
it. But
It's
thank you.
absolutely the truth. And I think particularly of what we were just talking about, body awareness. Your character's a little bit obscure in the beginning,
Yeah.
but you really come to define him very beautifully
Thank you.
and fully. So I find that it's interesting that you would have a preference for this, because it seems like something that.
I don't think I said the word preference.
Oh, did you? Okay. I just assumed
You
that
can
was
cast me in long
enthusiasm.
plays. It's totally okay. Oh, he doesn't like long plays. That's not.
No. And it's not a matter of not liking. And I guess you're talking about something that's more in terms of the way you approach it, just the way
Yeah,
you
yeah.
approach it. Right.
It's you get to the goodies quicker.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe
Which is
that's what
fine.
it is. I don't have to
Fine.
wait for like scene 9 for my big scene, and I've got to lay it all down there. This is like I got one scene, and let's get
go
to
for
it.
it.
And
Let's
I
go
really
for it,
enjoyed
right.
that part.
So your history in theater. So you've been doing theater a long time.
Yes.
Just give us a little thumbnail of what you've been up to.
Directing wise, the New Pond Farm has a summer Shakespeare program. I started that 17 years ago, directing
Right.
middle school, high school, young people doing a Shakespeare play.
Where is New Pond
In
Farm?
Reading, my town, my sweet little town of Reading, which is right next to Ridgefield.
So is that outdoor theater?
Yes.
Oh, it is.
So we rehearse outside, and then we perform 3 performances outside. It's beautiful. We do the comedies. It's Shakespeare, and you're on a 100-acre farm.
Oh my gosh,
And
this is
you don't
nice.
feel
Right.
like you're in Fairfield County. You feel like you're somewhere magical. So I started doing. I mean, I was an actor. I stopped and had my children, and then moved to Connecticut. Started directing there. And then that kind of just morphed into working at the high school. I was at Barlow, the Reading High School for 10 years. Now
Directing there?
Yes, now I'm
Uh-huh.
at Weston High School. I've been there for 5 years. Working with young people, and then I started working with adults. And then I've done a lot of different things, and then I started acting. I acted with Kate Catcher. We were just talking about that.
Stray Cats.
Still crazy
Yep.
after all these years, which is a festival that she has of one-act plays.
Right.
And then I joined the Michael Chekhov Theater Festival
Oh, that's
board.
what it was. Michael
Yes.
Chekhov. That's what
So I
she.
hope, yes. So she and I are going to be performing in that, and we're doing a reading of Christopher Durang's Vanya and Sonia and Masha and Spike,
Okay.
which won the Tony in 2013 for Best Play. It's very, very funny. So it's a fundraiser for the festival. We're going to do it. We merged with the Ridgefield Theater Barn.
Right.
So that's how I became friends with Pam, because just this year we have a 10-year-old festival of the Chekhov Festival, and we never had a permanent home. We were middle schools, and now Pam
have a
has
home.
we have a permanent home for the festival, which is every October, and for 3 days we do bring new works to Ridgefield.
And this is where the reading will be.
That's where, yes.
Right,
So
right.
I hope you come.
I hope so too. Yes. So now I know when it is.
Yes.
Now, besides the reading, what else goes on there?
For
Chekhov
so we are always fundraising, but we are always trying to find new work. So
New works.
So in October, it's the October 18th and 19th, and 17th, 18th, 19th. We're going to be right now everyone's submitting. All the board members are out.
Similar to what you've done for the One Acts. People
Yes.
submit original works,
Right.
and have them chosen.
And these are the One Acts are unpublished
Right.
works, right? So and these works that we are working with,
okay.
and it used to be called the International Michael Chekhov International Festival, because we were pulling from Russia and from all over the world.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so it's a very big and broad in our scope, and then we just start peeling it down and figuring out what would be best. And we always try to be innovative and to open-minded and broad thinking and all of that.
Excellent. We'll certainly look forward to that. I will be there Friday night.
Excellent.
I'm very much
Yay.
looking forward to it. I'm filling a whole table with friends and family. So
Nice.
I'm
Thank
looking
you very
forward to
much.
it. And,
You're so
I-
sweet to support us.
I really enjoy it. I love the One Acts. I really do.
Thank
and
you.
I love to support new playwrights too.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yes.
really important that we encourage people in that venue
Yes.
and who are doing it, who are out there
Yeah.
doing it.
Right.
So I support it and thoroughly enjoy it. So get your tickets because it's great. And you run through March 30th.
March 30th.
Opens 30th.
Yep,
I got
30th,
that right?
yep.
Okay. March 8th for opening night,
Yep.
running through March
and then
30th.
So it's 4 weekends, and there's 2 weekends in the middle where we have a matinee. Normally
Matinee
it's Friday,
on Sunday.
Saturday, 8 o'clock.
And I think they have a 3 o'clock matinee. Is theirs at 3?
I thought it was 2.
Two?
but-
Okay,
don't
so
remember
check the
the time.
website,
Right.
ridgefieldtheaterbarn.org. That's where you will get your tickets. Make sure you get them because even when I checked for opening night, there weren't many seats left. So get out there.
They sell out.
They do.
do.
Yeah, they
sell
do.
out.
And come on, the Theater Barn, it's so fun to go
Aw.
there. It
Come, we'll
is.
see.
You're so sweet.
Say
Yeah.
hi.
No, I love it. I love going there. I
Thank
love it.
you.
It's
Oh,
just,
thank
it's just
you.
such a fun venue. I
Yeah,
enjoy-
and plus you can bring wine.
yeah, I mean, come on.
Bring food,
You can bring
wine,
food, you can bring
eat,
wine,
it's
you can bring
good.
whatever you like.
Do your
Very
laundry,
festive.
It's excellent. It's good. It's good.
Get your tickets. So, thank you so much
Thank
for coming.
you. It's
our
for sharing
pleasure,
this
Beth.
time. We really, really, really are grateful and look forward to it. And we wish you all the best.
Thank
with
you,
your
Beth.
show.
Thank you so much.
We are getting the hook here. So, it's Cocktails and Curtain Calls. If you want to email us, we are cocktailsandcurtaincalls@gmail.com. There you are. Matt usually does this. I'm not very good at it. There's something about a Facebook page that's going to come up here now. You'll have to look at it fast because I can't read it. There you go. Facebook, ... So stay in touch. Email us if you have any concerns or questions, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you again. Thank you so
pleasure.
much for coming.
Thank you
Sure.
so
Thanks,
much,
Beth.
Such a great
Beth.
run.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Oh my gosh, that goes by like
So
that.